This year, we are lucky to be joined by a trio of athletic royalty.
And now we come to the final of the women's 800 metres. This is the one in which Ann Packer's got a real live chance.
Can Kelly Holmes do it again?
Packer back in 5th place and blocked at the moment.
She wants this so badly.
Keely Hodgkinson in the front.
And here she goes on the outside. She's moving into 2nd place. And here she comes on the outside.
Kelly coming on the outside looks so easy. She's not going to catch Keely.
A tremendous run. And she goes to do it.
The crowd are going absolutely crazy.
Come on, Kelly Holmes. It's goal. Kelly's won the goal for Great Britain.
And Packer's going to take the gold medal.
Keely Hodgkinson gets the gold. What a race.
1964, Ann Packer, 2004, Kelly Holmes, and now Keely upgrades that silver into gold.
Well, isn't that amazing? And look who I'm joined by now. Great Britain's trio of Olympic 800 metres gold medalists. We've got Ann Packer Brightwell, Kelly Holmes and Keely Hodgkinson. I'm not sure if you've all been together before, have you?
No, this is the first time. You have got the first time ever, which is amazing for me as well.
I've only just joined the club, so.
Well, Ann Packer, you set the tone, you set the standard back in 1964, winning that 800 metres gold. And did I hear a story that you were thinking you might not even run that 800 metres?
That's gone into folklore, hasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I was very disappointed after the 400, so it was a case of trying to get my head together to next day start on the 800. And my husband had to slap my legs
and say, get back out there. I think we have some footage. Yes, we're watching some footage now. And you come from behind, and here you are. What a storming finish, Anne.
I know. It was only the second 800 metres, and it was the longest race in the Olympics.
Because at that stage...
And I was a sprinter, really. So, you know, it was early days, and probably sprinters hadn't sort of gone into that event.
Yeah.
So
did you hold on for the first lap and then bring the 400 out?
The first lap was pretty quick for everybody else because it was under 60. But I was sort of fairly comfortable. So it was just a case of hanging on the third 200 and then
you
hope
pushed
for the best.
home. Well, no, it was pretty magnificent. Kelly, 40 years later then, you were able to do the double with the 800 and the 1500 metres, continuing on, you know, just building on Ann Packer Brightwell's legacy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this was a legacy that started for women's middle distance running, really. And I, again, wasn't meant to be doing the 800 either. I just decided I might as well, you know, try and get a medal. And as everyone sees in my face, it was a bit of a shock to cross the line in first. There we go.
But you pushed all the way.
Yeah, you know, fine margin, not as big a margin as you, Anne, but a win's a win, right? Oh, absolutely.
And then winning the 1500,
which was obviously my dream for 20 years. So, you know, in sport, we all start at a different journey, and the hope is that you can be the best version of yourself, and the Olympics is the pinnacle. You know, with Anne's being the longest distance at women, I can't even believe that was the thing back then. And then me being in the middle where female sport was on the rise and no one had done obviously what I'd done in Great Britain, but, you know, hopefully it just left a legacy that younger people were going to lead on.
Well, we have one of the youngsters here in Keely continuing on that tradition. And Keely, I know you had a lot of silver medals in the run-up to Paris, still so young, but just that your face when you crossed that line and how much that gold medal finally meant to you.
No, it was amazing. Paris was everything I would have dreamed of, and I was meant to be doing the 800 at the Olympics. Happily there to do it, and inspired by the amazing ladies that came before me. You know, this is history right here, and it's amazing to be a part of it. And yeah, I think we've got great women's middle distance, and started back then, 1964, and 64, 2020, 2004, and 2024. Yeah. It's crazy, but yeah.
And you know, when we see Keely crossing the line there in Paris and celebrating the way she did, and the amount of people that tuned in seeing the growth of it from your time when, you know, there weren't even mass participation races like this. Women didn't compete in the longer distances. As you say, the 800 was a very new event back in 1964. People watching now will struggle to believe that.
I think they surely will, but you know, I'm proud to have been a sort of forerunner, but I'm even more proud to see these girls and how it's just a different sport now, isn't it? And women are really accepted now as good as the men. They do all the events that the men do.
Well, it's amazing, that rise, really, because we're here at Manchester. There's more women taking part in the 10K than the men. I've seen women upon women upon women doing the half marathon, so you see how inspired younger women as well, but of all ages, who get the opportunity. That's all we need, is the opportunity, and then people do it, and they do it very well.
And for you all, you were able to create careers out of running. For a lot of people today, it's just that simple joy of running. You know, as elite athletes, do you get to experience that joy still of what it can bring you all?
Yeah, I mean, training's hard, don't get me wrong. It hurts half the time, but we do it because we love it. And if you can inspire people to come along and do that as well, that's amazing. The turnout here, the support, the crowd. Even every Olympics, I think you always see a surge in participation in events, and putting things on like this where everyone can come down, test themselves is great. Doesn't matter what level you are, you just got to do your best on the day.
And in terms of competing then in front of home crowds, Keely, you know, you've a long career ahead of you. Athletics is something special, isn't it, across the UK, and people always turn out and support it.
100%. Like, London is one of my favourite events because the UK really know how to turn up and support their own. Even global athletes, they love coming to the UK because they know we're going to get a great crowd. So I'm very proud to be from Britain, and very proud that we can put that on.
And I think they're hoping that maybe the world champs might come to London as well down the line.
I know, I saw 2029. I'll be 27. It's perfect.
Peak prime.
And prime.
But here in Manchester, they do it well, don't they? I won the Commonwealth Games in 2002 in Manchester, and they come out in force, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
You want that energy.
Incredible.
Because as you say, people that are taking part, we don't know the backstory. So they've all got their golden moment here today, crossing that line. They've gone through all the hard work, they've crossed that line, they get their medal, and that's pride.
We're all heroes in our own story, aren't we?
Yeah.
And for you personally, looking on now at events like this and seeing the change, are you you must be very proud of the part that you played within that.
Well, I'm proud of my generation. Certainly, yes, but I'm even more proud of this generation and the extra for what they have done and what they are doing, and more power to them.
Well, they all needed a trailblazer, Ann. Ann Packer Brightwell, Kelly Holmes, Keely Hodgkinson. Lovely to have the trio with us, reuniting you all for the first time. Really appreciate it. Thank you for talking to us. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.